It's raining in Taiwan, and something very strange is taking place. First of all, it's not pouring rain, but it's also not sprinkling. It's the type of rain where if you have to walk from destination A to your car, you're gonna be running, you're gonna be using your hand to cover your face. But there are just a line of reporters, paparazzi standing in their rain jackets, recording, and they're all taking pictures of a man. Now, I was originally thinking perhaps it's a celebrity coming out of the hotel and they're just waiting to get that one picture that they can sell to the Daily Mail or something. But no, they're just video recording a random man wearing a long sleeve t-shirt and jeans, and he's just walking through the rain. He's not trying to get into a car. He's not trying to get into a hotel. He's not trying to get into a venue. He's just walking in the rain, staring at the ground. He looks depressed. He looks solemn. Nobody's offering him an umbrella or a jacket or like, hey, sir, are you okay? You look like you're about to have a mental breakdown. Are you doing all right? Nothing. And he knows that there's just a wall of phones recording him on the side, but he just keeps getting drenched in the rain. He's walking, and then all of a sudden he just collapses onto the ground. He is on his knees on the wet pavement, and he's slamming his fist down. He's digging his arms into the cement.
Like a K-drama.
Exactly like a K-drama. And these paparazzi, they're just recording him. Who is this man? This man's name is Faye, and he is one of the known 4 young masters of Beijing. That's what they're called. One of the 4 billionaire families in Beijing whose sons are known to be the it Nepo babies. These are not even the 4 richest sons of Beijing. These are just the billionaire boys that buy the obnoxiously loud cars. They go to the club and they blow hundreds of thousands of dollars at any given Tuesday.
The top playboys.
Yes. The top playboys. His mother owns one of the largest luxury restaurant chains in the nation. His family company was the main caterer for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. They're a big deal. His personal net worth is $1.6 billion. This man can afford an umbrella. He could afford a driver. He can afford probably to make it stop raining if he wants it to. But instead, he's just standing in the rain crying, "My wife, my wife." Faye is crying because his ex-wife, the mother of his 2 children, is dead. Barbie Hsu, famous actress and his ex-wife for over 10 years, has passed away. And this feels like a somewhat natural response. I mean, albeit it's a little bit dramatic, but all netizens are wondering with this whole rain show is, why is he crying? Isn't he the one that cheated on her and allegedly physically assaulted her even on their wedding day? Why is he sobbing, "My wife, Barbie, my wife," when he's already remarried to somebody else? This is the very complicated death of Barbie Hsu. There are allegations of life insurance policies. There are premonitions that her husband was going to be violent. There is a mother-in-law who refuses to stop live streaming about her after her death. And this is the case with her recent passing and all of the strange, bizarre conspiracies that have unfortunately come with the news. And today's case has brief mention of termination of pregnancies, themes of financial abuse, manipulation, and physical violence in relationships. There's also a mention of a sudden death related to a virus, which may be a sensitive topic if you've lost someone in the pandemic. So please watch with caution. And with that being said, let's get into it. Do you want to be able to see the future?
Sure.
It would be nice. You could win the lottery ticket, or you could at least stop certain things from happening. It sounds like the perfect plan. Except one person on Reddit says, there is a burden in knowing things when other people don't, because you can't prove it until it happens, and you can't stop it from happening. It's not like I'm a time traveler. I just know what's going to happen regardless. Sure, it's nice to be able to accurately predict things, but I'm wondering if anyone else feels the weight that comes with something like this. What if you can predict and everything you predict comes true, even if you don't want it to? What does that feel like? Barbie and her little sister have one of the biggest talk shows in Taiwan. Think Jimmy Kimmel, Fallon, whichever Jimmy you like the most, but instead it's hosted by 2 hilarious celebrity sisters that bicker nonstop on camera. That's the dynamic. And in one of the episodes, this is years ago, like 20 years ago, they're in the middle of a little bit that they're doing, and little S, that's the little sister's name. And Barbie is actually known as Big S, but we're going to be calling her Barbie. Barbie's little sister turns to Barbie and gives her a premonition, a glimpse into the future. In the future, you will marry a husband. And this is part of their dynamic. They're always taking jabs at each other. He's going to spend all your money and he's also going to beat you and you will come to me for money, but I'm not going to lend you any money. And lives will be lost. It's all a joke. Barbie even plays into it. Guys, you heard it here first. If I don't buy luxury bags now before I get married, my husband will apparently use all my money to gamble and have affairs outside of the marriage. You can record everything I say now, and in 10 years, you can see if my marriage ends up like this.
Wow.
The 4 predictions made in that episode were 1, Barbie's future husband would cheat on her. 2, Barbie's future husband would beat her. 3, Barbie would come to little S, her little sister, for money. And lastly, 4, lives will be lost. It's all a joke because none of this is going to happen to Barbie. It's Barbie Soo. She's one of the most famous, sought-after actresses. She's going to be fine. You know the famous K-drama, Boys Over Flowers?
Yes.
There's actually a Taiwanese version that came out. It came out before Boys Over Flowers. And I believe both of them are loosely based off of a Japanese manga. The Taiwanese version is called Meteor Garden. And the main lead is Barbie. She is breathtaking in the show. It's still one of the top 3 Taiwanese most watched series.
Yeah, it's like the hype of that show in that moment. You can
So good.
It took over the world.
Yeah, and with that, she becomes one of the most recognizable faces in Taiwan entertainment. She was cast in other series like Mars, The Eternity, even Monkey King. But with all of this, a lot of internet psychics like to predict Barbie's future, and that's what they call themselves, internet psychics. One of them went online, and they just like to read into the future of celebrities.
This was like 20 years ago, you were saying? Or 10, 20 years
It's
ago?
like 5, 10, 20 years ago. Every few years, someone will come out with a prediction that they have. And sometimes it goes viral, sometimes it doesn't. But with everything that's happened, people are digging into what has everybody said about Barbie Soo. One of the future tellers says, beauty and talent, they never last long. You either lose one or you lose both. What does that even mean? And they say, maybe she'll lose one, maybe she'll lose both. Something will be lost because she has too much beauty and too much talent. Another future teller says that Barbie's true marriage, her real love marriage, will only last 3 years. And very soon in her life, she's going to face a very big obstacle. So big, so challenging that she might lose it. People
That
thought
is crazy.
she's going to lose her career. She's going to lose to this challenge. People didn't really know how to interpret it. Some people were upset. Like, hey, future tellers, can you get off the internet? Because these are weird. February 2nd, 2025, a post starts circulating in Chinese social media. The account name is Japanese Traveler Travel, Shopping, and Food News, which one might imagine that they're posting, I don't know, the finale of the last leg of their ramen tour or a list of all the spots in Japan that make you have introspections about life and death because of how beautiful it is. But unexpectedly, this account uploads a black screen with a few ominous sentences on there. A prominent Taiwanese celebrity has just passed away at the age of 48 years old in Japan due to influenza. An official announcement is expected soon. Chinese netizens are pissed. They've just about had it at this point. This is February 2nd of this year, 2025. Chinese New Year is January 29th. That's just the first day of the Lunar New Year festival, which lasts 15 full days. It's like the entire country shuts down for 2 weeks. Everybody is supposed to abide by these cultural standards. Everybody is home. Everybody is bored. Everybody is reading this crazy rumor that a Taiwanese celebrity is dead and the public just doesn't know it yet. And initially, netizens are pissed off. Another stupid influencer with no ability to grasp at the concept of real life implications right now is a time of joy and celebration. What kind of news are you sharing right now? Most netizens actually interpret this as being fake news. They think this person is engaging in some sort of depraved marketing ploy from a travel influencer, and they know everybody's home scrolling on their phones. Did you get the attention that you so desperately craved? These are all the comments. Nobody's dead. You're just ruining everybody's holiday. And not only that, it's pretty obvious which celebrity you're talking about. Taiwanese, 48 years old, recently visited Japan. Come on, we know exactly who you're talking about. There's only like one person that comes to mind, Barbie Soo. And by you posting this, it actually feels like you hate her. It feels like you're trying to curse her. There's a well-known saying in China, if you can make it through the new year, you can make it through the year. So people are saying, if she's not dead, you've basically cursed her. And you want her to die this year or something. But the OP quickly posts another black screen with an even more ominous, creepy sentiment. In a few days, everyone from Taiwan will have to apologize to me. I'm giving you guys information for free and you guys are attacking me? To give you context on how big of news this would be, it would be like if it's Christmas and there is news that one of the Kardashians has passed away. It's a rumor. Nobody believes it. It's like disbelief. Like, what are you talking about? Especially because even just a few days ago, Barbie's little sister was posting on Douyin, which is TikTok in China. She's dancing. You know that song that's like, 괜찮아, ding, 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 or ding, ding?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, okay, that sound. Barbie's little sister and her mom, Barbie's mom, were dancing to that song online in Japan. And a week before that, Barbie is seen at this famous producer's daughter's wedding. There's even photos of her there. She doesn't look like she's sick. She doesn't look like she's suffering from any sort of ailment. If anything, she looks glowing. She looks radiant. The only thing that indicated that something is amiss to netizens is the fact that Barbie's ex-husband, Faye, the billionaire, suddenly changes his profile picture to a black image after these posts go viral. It's not even just netizens that are speculating, but now mainstream media outlets are like, wait, something's going on now. This is weird. They start reaching out to Little S, Barbie's little sister, asking her to at least clarify the rumors, because if they're not true, then we don't want people to be worried, right? She leaves them on red. And they start posting. We reached out to them. She's clearly seen our messages and has not responded. Nobody says anything, and this is all happening in 24 hours. Nobody says anything until 24 hours later, February 3rd, 2025, Little S's manager posts on her behalf, confirming Barbie's passing. It reads, "Thank you for your concern. During the new year, our whole family traveled to Japan. My dearest and most kind-hearted sister Barbie unfortunately passed away due to complications from the flu and pneumonia. I am so grateful to have been her sister in this lifetime, taking care of each other and supporting one another. I will always be thankful for her and will forever remember her. Barbie, may you rest in peace forever. Love you, and together you will be remembered forever." It makes sense that Barbie's little sister would be the one to break the news. They are known as the sisters. They're often known as the Kardashians of Taiwan. They don't necessarily have the same branding as the Kardashians, but in the sense that they are sisters, and when you get one, it's like a package deal. They're known for being obsessed with each other, but doing like the wackiest things at all times. They never lack publicity. Which, side note, there are going to be lighter moments in this episode. This has been a heavily requested topic because we have talked about Barbie on our other podcast, Moral of the Story. She's kind of part of what we call the Chinaverse. And with her passing, everybody's been messaging me, emailing me, and I just felt like it wasn't, I couldn't really talk about it on Moral of the Story. And with all of the allegations and conspiracies that people wanted me to cover, I think it was more fitting to do here. However, I think with all the conspiracies, I think it's good to cover them and to disprove a lot of them. But at the same time, I think there should be focus on Barbie's legacy. And her whole family is very strong in the thought of they want her career to speak for itself. So there will be lighter moments throughout. And I think it would be better communicated that way. So Little S and Barbie, they had their own talk show together. It's like a late night show. I think the magic of their show is that they have these moments where I feel like they forget that they're on a show. And maybe it's because they've been doing this for so long, but the way that they talk, I mean, it's a talk show. I'm sure they have a bullet point list of all the things that they got to cover and all of the things that the producers want them to talk about. But in the middle of a talking point, Little S will just stare at Barbie. "Hey, are you wearing a new foundation?" "Yeah, I am." "Wait, let me try it. Give it to me." Barbie hands her new foundation. It's a cushion compact. "Why does she look so good using it?" She's like asking the producers that are off camera. "Why does she look so good using it? Why do I look like this?" "Oh my God, this again? You want to compare again?" "Yeah, I want to compare everything. Let's compare everything." I don't get it. From the moment we were born to this day, I've always been prettier than you. And like, it sounds harsh coming out of my mouth, but if you watch them, it's almost like neither of them can stop laughing. Like the minute she says it, it's just so sarcastic that both of them are trying so hard to be deadpan. When will you stop? Maybe you'll be prettier than me when I'm 90. Maybe then. And then all of a sudden, little S is pushing her sponge into the compact saying, how can you be so inhumane? But her face is red from laughing. And it's always moments like this. There are other clips where all of a sudden the topic of balding comes up and little S, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to talk about this. Why? Because you're balding too? Oh, really? You want me to say something worse about you? And they will just be whispering in each other's ears and sharing each other's secrets on camera, on a talk show. And you feel like you're in the room with them and you're half confused because they almost have their own language. They almost have their own sister codes. But it's just so hilarious. And it feels very refreshing from all the very polished talk shows that are on. Both of them work really hard. I don't think anyone could ever say that these two are not some of the hardworking sisters in the entire industry. And Chinese New Year is one of the few times that they'll go on a trip together. So for New Year's, the entire family, Barbie, her sister, their parents, they're all heading to Japan to celebrate and spend time. The day before departing for Japan, Barbie starts feeling sick. It's like a cold, but maybe like a really, really bad cold. She's feverish, she's coughing. She feels like she can't breathe well, which when I say it like that, it sounds serious, and I'm sure it was, but if you have those symptoms, you're probably not rushing to the hospital. To avoid ruining the whole family gathering, Barbie decides she's gonna stick with the original plans, and despite feeling under the weather, she's gonna go to Japan. Likely the belief is, okay, I'm not feeling well. They're gonna go to the hotel in Japan. They booked a nice place near the hot springs, the onsens. Barbie can rest there. And once she's back to feeling normal, she can maybe relax 1 or 2 days. She'll be back on her feet, ready to join the rest of the family. They'll make trips out to Tokyo. It'll be fun. There is a picture taken by the Japanese tour guide that picks the family up and takes them to the hot spring hotel. She does not look good in the picture. But she also does not look, because I know there's a lot of discourse of like, why didn't her family take her to the hospital? Again, if you see this picture, I don't know if I would go to the hospital. I'd be like, no, it's fine. I'm just not feeling good. She's leaning up against her husband, a Korean singer by the name of DJ Koo, and they've been together for about 3 years. There's going to be a lot more on him soon. Just hold on. She's leaning up against him. Her eyes are closed. Her eyebrows are kind of bunched together. She's clearly in some sort of pain. By January 30th, Barbie has a low fever. And instead of resting in the hotel, she or they, the family, they decide, wait, wouldn't the onsen be the best choice right now? It's not a completely unfounded idea. I mean, technically hot springs are thought of to help build immunity and improve circulation, detoxify, even have respiratory benefits. People say the steam from the hot springs can help moisturize the nasal passages, relieve some of that congestion. And the warmth of the hot water, it helps relax your muscles. It makes total sense.
Yeah.
But it's January. It's January in Japan. It's freezing cold, which means the cold air contrasted with the hot water of the hot springs, it's only going to worsen her symptoms. And the heat of the hot springs, it's only going to dehydrate her further. Needless to say, after the onsens, Barbie's condition gets worse. But again, not to the point where anyone believes that she needs medical attention. I mean, just to take an educated guess here, I think that she was probably in a great deal of pain. But this past year, every single person that I know that has been sick, they've been all saying something's going around this year. It's the worst strain I've ever felt.
Oh, yeah.
So perhaps Barbie has been hearing the same thing from everyone around her. So it's not the most alarming where, oh, whoa, no, something is wrong. It just feels like, oh, this is a bad one. Like, this is a bad flu. January 31st, a few days into the trip, the pain does get unbearable, and Barbie's family immediately calls an ambulance. They get to the hospital. They're freaking out because they're saying, we thought it was a cold, and now she's in an ambulance with the sirens on and everything, being rushed to the hospital. What now? The doctors are crowded around Barbie, and they tell her family, she's fine. She's fine. It's just the flu. Here's a few standard medications. You guys are free to go. They discharge her, and now it feels like, okay, we were being so overdramatic. We were right. It's just the flu. It must be like a really bad strain of the flu going around right now, and then probably the flight to Japan didn't help, and she just needs to get some rest. They're getting concerned, but also logically, they're like, well, the doctor said it's fine, and it's a flu. We're being dramatic. Maybe we're being weird. Since the whole family is going on a tour in Tokyo, the tour guide is going to pick them up from the hotel, which is outside of Tokyo. And they thought, okay, since we're going into Tokyo already, Barbie can come and go to a clinic in Tokyo. It's got to be better than like the small town hospitals, right? They go to the clinic in Tokyo, and immediately upon arriving in the clinic, they transfer her to a larger hospital. So it feels like perhaps there's a sense of urgency, maybe? I don't know what's going on. But when they get to the larger hospital, they tell her, you have influenza. You seem to be in a great deal of pain. We don't really know how to help you other than give you these meds because at the end of the day, it's kind of just influenza. Everybody has the flu right now, especially in Japan. I was watching a lot of travel influencers and they said it's really bad in Japan right now. So it just seemed like, okay, it's bad, but it's not the most alarming thing in the world. They go back to the Hot Springs Hotel. February 1st, little S and her mom are in the hotel room. They're in their PJs. They're filming TikToks. Barbie is in her own hotel room resting. Just a few hours later, Barbie would pass away. After Barbie went to her room to sleep it off the night of February 1st, it's like her condition nosedives even more in the next few hours. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like the normal flu. Whatever is happening feels like it's life-threatening. The family called their second ambulance on the trip. Barbie is rushed to the ER, and it's then that the entire family is hit with a wave of panic. They're like, we should not have been listening to people. We shouldn't have just said it's the flu because what is happening right now? Little S does not leave her older sister's side the entire time. She is glued to her sister, but after several hours, several attempts to save her life, at 7 a.m. February 2nd, 2025, Barbie passes away. Most of the family, they're in shock. Little S is said to have collapsed on the hospital tile floor. I mean, you could not get her up. She was wailing, bawling her eyes out. She just started showing symptoms 5 days ago. Barbie is healthy, young. What do you mean she's dead? Not a single person saw this coming. It's so fast. It's so soon. Nobody had time to say goodbye. Nobody even had time to understand what the hell is happening. It's like a sick joke. What do you mean she's gone? Barbie's remains are cremated, and February 5th, 2 days after her passing, her ashes are aboarding a private jet with her entire family and her husband, DJ Koo. They fly back to Taiwan, and that afternoon, through her manager, Little S tells Barbie's fans, she's home now. Thank you all to the media friends who have waited out in the cold to welcome Barbie home. Barbie's finally back home. I believe she's up there now, happy and free from worries. We're not going to be holding a traditional funeral. She was always someone who preferred to keep things low-key. If you miss her, just keep her in your heart. Our family is truly grateful for all the love that you've shown her. Instead of a funeral, they memorialize Barbie's life. All of her fans start wearing pink. Barbie loves the color pink. She owns the color pink, actually. On a reality show, this is when Barbie is really young. Another celebrity mentions, I love the color pink. Barbie is like, that's so funny that you mentioned that. But I have to mention something more important. I love pink more than you love pink. And I'm so serious about this. If you think you love pink, think again. Let's have a pink competition. And it becomes a whole thing on the show. Barbie shows off everything that she has that is pink. She's got a pink mirror, pink pillows, a pink shopping cart. She invites the film crew to her house. And in an all pink outfit, she opens her bedroom door and the walls are pink. The curtains are pink. Her ceiling is pink and it's like a fuchsia pink. It's like bright neon pink. It is the most aggressively pink thing that I have ever seen in my life. And I'm the target audience. I love pink. Barbie deadpan looks at the camera. If it weren't even for this pink competition, you guys would have never seen my room. So how about it? I should now be declared the Pink King. And she's just so deadpan, so serious. Barbie's fans, they all wore pink to celebrate her life. Her family placed her remains in a pink urn so that wherever Barbie is, she continues to be a princess, a pink princess. But the pink urn will start the very first controversy, is kind of how people describe it, surrounding Barbie's death. There's an online post that asks a very serious question about ashes. Ever since they had their loved one cremated, they started noticing things. The post reads, it started off with random things here and there. You know, one morning I would wake up and my fridge was open. My parents thought it was my sister or I, so they blew it off. Another morning, all the cabinets were wide open, all the cookware was everywhere, pots and pans were on the floor, silverware was spread on the counters. My parents blamed it on the dog for whatever, some ungodly reason. I don't know. It's like my parents were in denial until one night something would happen that would change their minds. It was in the middle of the night. I slept in the bed with my mom and my dad just like every other night. I woke up. I hear something. It sounds like someone walking, but as if they're dragging their feet. And then I see this man in the hallway, slender, tall, with a gray beard, The OP screams and his dad grabs a self-defense weapon. They search the entire house. Nobody is there. There's no man with a gray beard dragging his feet. He continues. A few hours later, after I told my dad that, we were outside spreading my grandpa's ashes near his favorite tree. My dad installed a security system later that day. Nothing happened after that. A decade later, my dad and I were talking about the experience, and this is the only time we've talked about it. The last thing he said when he was alive was, my grandpa was always known to drag his feet when he walked. So there's been this discourse of when your loved one passes, how long should you keep their ashes in your home? Do you bring about spirits because they're not laid to rest? February 7th, 2025, another post goes viral. A netizen posts, how can a public figure be so selfish as to openly declare that they're keeping a loved one's ashes in their home? It's completely disregarding the concerns of other residents in the building. If you love your sister so much and need to talk to her every day, why not place her ashes in your own home? If you want respect, you should respect others first. The deceased should be allowed to rest in peace. Do you ever understand the difference between a home for the living and a resting place for the dead? If it were a standalone house or mansion that you're bringing her ashes into, you could store dozens of urns and I wouldn't be concerned. But don't let the entire building suffer from spirits because of your selfish decisions, compromising our quality of life.
What? When was this?
February 7th.
So they flew back February 5th, and
Yes.
on the 7th, a person from the same building made that post?
It was just a netizen. Nobody could confirm that this is in the same building that Barbie used to reside in. Because Barbie's sister did state that she would be staying in Barbie's home, I guess packing some of her things or cleaning up some of her things and keeping her remains with her so that she could talk to her. Because they're not having a formal funeral. And there was no mention of we're only keeping her remains for a few days. It seemed maybe indefinitely or maybe it was not specific. Personally, I don't know if maybe I'm just not a spiritual person, but I guess it wouldn't really bother me either way. But this netizen goes and it becomes a viral post because anything regarding Barbie at this point is starting to go viral. It's a big deal. This person does not explicitly say who he's talking about, but it's clear it's about Barbie. So the nuggets of information that we can gather is that little S is in Barbie's place and she's got Barbie's ashes in the building. And another netizen comments back to the original post. Geez, it's like you're her neighbor. Get over it. What does this concern you? The original poster, frustrated, writes back, what? I am her neighbor. This becomes its own scandal. And out of everything in the news cycle, anything pertaining to Barbie's death, this is getting a lot of attention. Mainstream news media outlets are going out onto the street to stop random civilians and ask them to partake in a... Sir, how would you feel if a neighbor was keeping their loved one's ashes in your home?
That is crazy.
Some were saying, I guess it's okay. What if you live in the same building? I guess I'd be uncomfortable then because I don't know what type of person, the remains belong to. Because there's this belief that if that person was not ready to move on, they will be tied to their remains and they will bring spirits or bad luck and energy into the entire building. It's like the whole building will become haunted, if you will. This whole thing gets blown completely out of proportion and little S has to come out to state, guys, we are in the process of making necessary arrangements for a tree burial for Barbie. She has always wanted a tree burial. We have to get a permit. There's specific things we have to go through. We cannot just, what do you want us to do? Leave her in a warehouse somewhere? What's wrong with you guys? It was a very bizarre direction for the discourse. And all of the conversation surrounding Barbie's death just turns into a snowball, a giant avalanche after this. Bigger than the supposed haunted ashes now are the allegations that Barbie's new husband might have something to do with her death, that he has taken out 20-something life insurance policies on Barbie, and that he is going to be benefiting because they've only been married 3 years at this point. With some netizens spreading a narrative that something weird is going on between the new husband and the ex-husband, and there's all this drama. Do you believe in fated love?
Fated love?
Yeah, it's like your one fate. You have one love, one soulmate. No matter what happens, you're going to be with them. Sometimes in stories, you're going to be with them when you're 80. You meet your soulmate when you're 90, and you've got 2 years with them. Barbie and DJ Koo dated briefly when they were both really young. This is the beginning of their career, not the height. This is when they first break it into the industry. It feels like one of those romance books, a fever dream romance.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 哦，摩西塞哟，这是我们学的韩文。
They date briefly, but Barbie mainly works in Taiwan. DJ Koo is Korean. He mainly works in South Korea. And DJ Koo actually starts his career off in a boy band, which his agency forbids him from dating. So they both decide the amount of obstacles that we would have to go through to be with each other. I mean, both of us would probably have to give up our careers for each other, which maybe they would each gladly do, but they would never want the other party to do that. So it's like, no, I'm never going to let you give up your career to date me. So no, we're just not going to date. They decide to break up, and even their last night together, they spent it in each other's arms. So it's a very amicable breakup. 20 years later, Barbie has 2 kids, and she announces that she will be divorcing her billionaire husband, Faye, the father of her children. They have decided to split up. DJ Koo is in South Korea reading the news, and he's like, if not now, when? It's already been 20 years. He's not going to live the rest of his life knowing that Barbie is out there and he never tried. He had spent on and off the past 20 years thinking about her, which, side note, a lot of Korean netizens believe this to be true. I mean, sure, he's probably dated a bunch of women during those 20 years, but considering he's a Korean celebrity during the past 20 years, nothing, no serious dating allegations, no dating rumors or scandals took place.
No marriage, right?
No, nothing. It just seems like maybe he dated here and there, but
Yeah.
it's like he was waiting or something.
Right.
The problem is DJ Koo only has her phone number from 20 years ago. I mean, sure, maybe he could ask around, but like, what are the odds that, I mean, he'd probably have to ask 10 people who would then ask another 10 people to get Barbie's number. And then it would just cause drama because he's asking 500 people for Barbie's. He just has this phone number from when they dated 20 years ago. He thought, okay, I'm just going to call a number. What are the chances? Without any other option, he calls that number. The line clicks. Someone picks up. He's expecting it's a completely new person with this number. And the first thing he just says is, Barbie? And she responds, Oppa? It's like she was waiting for his call. And DJ Koo says, half of our lives have passed and I don't want to lose you again. February 2022, Barbie and DJ Koo get married in Korea and then later in Taiwan, which you would think that people would be upset with Barbie for remarrying within months of announcing her divorce. But if you watch the interviews that she's in, even people that loved her first marriage with Faye, they said when you watch the interviews, they did a Vogue interview, you can't help but feel like this is different. Like, it's a different kind of love. Even when you compare their relationship to the initial public appearances of Barbie and her ex-husband when they first started getting married, because, you know, it's the honeymoon phase. It is different. The way that she is smiling, people are like, we haven't seen Barbie smile like that since, I don't know, probably 20 years ago in her career. Their wedding rings are these tattooed bands around their ring finger that DJ Koo tattooed himself. It was Barbie's idea. She's like, I don't want another wedding ring. I mean, I'm like 48 at this point. I don't care for that. I want something more meaningful. And this is forever. So let's just get it tattooed on ourselves forever. DJ Koo practiced on himself first. And then Barbie, and it's actually really cute. Barbie says in the interview, we'll be at home and we'll be watching a C-drama or a K-drama. And if I see anything that I like, a picture that makes me feel something, I'm like, can you just tattoo this on me? Life is so short. I just want this on my body. And she's spontaneous. She's like, just tattoo it on me. But he refuses. He's got to tattoo it on himself first to practice. So they technically have matching tattoos everywhere. And Barbie even writes DJ Koo a love song to describe how much she loves him. It's called Love You to Death. And one would naturally assume it's a very romantic song showcasing her unwavering dedication to her new husband. The lyrics go, I believe you know how much I love you. I can give you my favorite cake. I can give you all my savings. I can help you kill the people you hate. Even eat your poop. I will eat it one mouthful at a time. Love you to death. Hugging you and dying together, loving you to death. The song is a very creative song. She sings it in a really low, breathy voice, leaving lots of pauses to really let it, the feces lyrics sink into the depths of our souls. One of the top comments reads, "After listening to this, I wanted to call the police, but I'm not sure I know exactly how to explain the situation." And it's just like it's a special kind of love I think netizens don't even understand, but they can see it and they can feel it. Meanwhile, Barbie's ex-husband, billionaire Faye, is having public meltdowns when she marries DJ Koo. He changes his Weibo name to read Wang Xiaofei, which is an incorrect spelling of his name, though it kind of sounds similar. And the now spelling reads Young Master Faye.
Oh.
He then quickly changes it back. He unfollows Barbie on social media. He posts pictures of himself going on a picnic, which of course netizens are like, yeah, a fresh single man going on a picnic alone. That makes total sense. They dig a little bit because they're curious and they find out that he's on a picnic with a lesser known small-time actress. So he's also dating somebody. Some social media accounts are posting that they're dating. Most netizens' reactions are, okay, that's it. Like, okay, cool. Barbie's already remarried, so this is not really juicy, hot gossip. Also, Faye's just like a businessman. Who really cares? If Barbie is happy, then why is him dating anybody making news? But Faye and his new small-time actress girlfriend, they start vehemently going on every single platform, denying the rumors out of nowhere, making this thing blow up. Nobody was asking. Nobody really cared. They were just like, oh, he's dating someone? Cool. Who? Oh, never heard of her. Great, moving on. But his new girlfriend even goes on to post, "Rumors are just something to listen to casually, and gossip is just talk, nothing more. If you take it too seriously and get caught up in judging right and wrong, then that's on you. There was nothing to fuss about in the first place, but people create their own troubles. Just wave your sleeves and leave without taking a single cloud with you." It's just not that serious. Like, nobody cares. But after that, the new couple are going around everywhere together in public, no sunglasses, no mask, living their best lives, which is great. But after they get photographed together and it goes online, they consistently try to gaslight the public into believing they're not together. Faye even states that he's going to get lawyers involved and he will be sending cease and desist to anybody who posts these slanderous false rumors. Netizens are just making fun of Faye. D-list couple, A-list behavior. Get out of here. We're watching Barbie and DJ Koo's Vogue interview, okay? Goodbye. It is so over the top, to the point where netizens start thinking, wait, maybe something weird is happening. I don't get it. Like, do they think they're really popular or something? This is a netizen comment. Or are they not admitting because they were already involved when he was married to Barbie? But now that Barbie is gone in 2025, Faye is screaming, "Wife, I miss you. I'm the one that should have died." So did we miss something here? Like, what is going on? They were divorced and they moved on. What is happening? Also, what are the rumors about DJ Koo, and what did the so-called future teller say about Barbie and DJ Koo's marriage? That it's only gonna last 3 years? When netizens first hear the news of Barbie's passing, DJ Koo is the one that everyone is concerned for. A lot of netizens, just based off those videos alone that they had, the way that they would talk to each other, the way that they interacted. Even when DJ Koo is on a Korean talk show, they start posting one of the first few videos that were taken in private that DJ Koo had shown them of their reuniting after 20 years. He can't even watch it without sobbing. And it's like a thing in Korea, a lot of guys were like, no, I don't want to cry on camera, but he's just sobbing. He's letting the tears flow. Everything Barbie says about DJ Koo, they were doing like the who's more likely to game. And it's like, who's more likely to get upset? And Barbie is like, oh, me. I have never seen DJ Koo since I knew him like 20 years ago and now ever get mad at anyone. He's just so understanding and chill. Like, he's just so patient with everything and everyone. And everyone is like, okay, someone needs to check on DJ Koo because is he okay after Barbie's passing? But before he can even get the chance to breathe, Barbie's ex-husband, Faye, starts making headlines. It's kind of throwing people off and making people confused. Netizens don't know if this is a man that was madly in love with his ex-wife and lost her, and now that she's gone, he realizes that they were one true soulmates, or if this man is trying to do something else. You tell me what it sounds like. Faye, Barbie's ex-husband, goes on to talk about how special his wife is and how much he misses her already. But lest we forget, Barbie is not Faye's wife. She's his ex-wife. He keeps going on interviews being like, you know, my ex-wife.
Isn't he married again? Right?
Yes.
Right.
He has like a new young wife named Mandy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's so weird. Not only that, but he's just like, it just doesn't make sense. Netizens are confused why you would naturally all of a sudden slip up and say wife when it's so clear that she's been your ex-wife for a while and you guys have made peace with that. It's not like they recently divorced either. To be fair, most netizens don't doubt that Faye is distraught by Barbie's death. They were together for a decade. She is the mother of his 2 children. And when he initially receives the call from Barbie's family that they were in Japan and she has been declared dead, he was on vacation in Bali with his new wife. The second that he finds out that Barbie is gone, they drop everything. They book the earliest flight back to Taiwan. Passengers on the same flight later recall seeing Faye. He's a high-profile billionaire. He was a wreck. He cried the entire flight back, which is about 5 hours. And by this point, the whole public knows about Barbie's passing. When he gets to the airport arrival terminal, there's reporters everywhere. They know he's flying back. His eyes are puffy. They're red from crying. And his new wife is awkwardly walking nearby. She's like wearing a mask and sunglasses. She's giving him space considering there's tons of reporters. And he's wearing a black shirt, a baseball cap. And he just bluntly tells the reporters, I hope you say good things about her only. Then he does a 90-degree bow. But it doesn't even look like a regular bow. It looks like when my niece throws a tantrum and just goes limp at the waist. To put it simply, it's weird. And it has a lot of netizens wanting to quit their job, enroll back into school, and major in linguistics because what does that even mean? What do you mean, I hope you only say good things about her? Some netizens think, look at him, look at his body language, his desperate limp, the way he folds himself into a pretzel. He knew what it was like to be married to Barbie. Maybe he thought the press are insane. They're always mean to her, so they're going to say mean things even after she's passed. He's begging them, as the father of their children, not to do that, to just honor her legacy. But most netizens think, who was saying anything bad about her to begin with? We love her. What are you talking about? It's so strange. It's like this weird pick-me energy, because at this point, why would anyone not say anything nice? Netizens say it's like this. Imagine you're at dinner with your friends. Everyone is congratulating you on a new promotion. Your new boss happens to be there. And your frenemy just comes up out of the blue and says, I just hope nobody brings up what happened at your last job. You know, even though it wasn't your fault. I know a lot of people don't think you're competent, but I don't think that's a good way to judge you.
Yeah. Especially they had a crazy, messy divorce.
Yeah.
And the things that he said in the past.
Yeah.
It's
like, if anyone's talking bad about Barbie, it was always him. And we're going to dive into that. So what do you mean, I hope nobody says anything bad about her?
Yeah.
If I have zero emotional range, the words themselves, I guess, could be nice. But in this context, it seems like he's being an ass. Now, obviously, the seriousness of the situations don't compare in this little analogy with the promotion. But a lot of netizens just don't think it makes sense. But perhaps people are being too mean and Faye is a nice guy, considering there are rumors that he is the one that paid for the private plane that flew Barbie's entire family, including his new husband, back from Japan. That one-way flight itself would have costed $62,000, which is nothing for a billionaire, but it's not nothing. If you're wondering how we know that Faye paid for the private plane and precisely how much it was, a man who's allegedly close to the Faye family goes online to say, according to Taiwanese media, Faye booked a private plane and bought Barbie back to Taiwan for $62,000. Faye reached out, made the flight arrangements himself. With Faye's personality, he's not going to let Barbie be taken back to Taiwan like a carry-on bag on a commercial airline. He will definitely be ensuring Barbie will be brought back home with dignity. At first, netizens were slightly on the fence about this because at the end of the day, this is just a random man with a Huawei phone just saying things online. But this news is semi-confirmed by Mother Faye. Let's call her Mother Faye. This is Faye's mom, so Barbie's ex-mother-in-law. She's a very important part of today's case. So Mother Faye likes the video and then shares it on her own social media. She reshares the video, which confirms to the netizens, okay, Faye, the ex-husband, chartered a private jet for Barbie and her family. This has netizens now turning on Barbie's new husband, DJ Koo. They're all in the comments section like, really? You're gonna get on the plane that the ex-husband who made your wife's life hell for a period of time and bring her back to Taiwan? This is like such an important moment to show respect to her remains and for her legacy. And you get on the plane that her ex-husband paid for? Like, what were you doing? I hate to be the one to say this, but what was DJ Koo doing? That's what a lot of the comments are reading. Or it reads, it seems like Barbie's ex-husband cares more about her than her current husband. Another comment reads, if it were me, I could never get on that plane knowing her ex-husband paid for it, especially at a time this sensitive. The discourse is no longer about Barbie's life and legacy, but which husband paid for the private plane. It becomes so ridiculous that little S, Barbie's little sister, comes out online to say, my sister's funeral arrangements, what we did with the tree burial, including the private jet and everything else, were all handled by my family, our family. Every detail was taken care of by our immediate family and my husband, Mike. I truly cannot understand why there are suddenly claims that Faye, her ex-husband, paid for the private plane. Heaven is watching, and now my sister is up there too. These baseless rumors are just unacceptable. Netizens thought she was lying to help save face for Barbie's new husband, DJ Koo. But ultimately, the airline company JetBay Hong Kong even made a full official corporate announcement to confirm little S was the one that not only booked, but paid for the flight. She called, booked it, and paid for it. After this misunderstanding, I guess if you can call it that, netizens are looking at Faye and Mother Faye like, what was the reason for that? Why did you like that video? I mean, sure, people can say whatever they want online. They can lie, make up rumors, even though it makes you look good. But why would you like and share the video when it's a complete lie? Mm-hmm. Did you want to mislead the public into thinking that Faye paid for the plane when he clearly didn't? If netizens start thinking too deep into it, it could be interpreted as maybe Faye and his mother knew exactly what they were doing. And why is Faye even getting involved? Like, what is his relationship with Barbie? Let's go to the beginning. March 2011. This is known as the wedding of the century in the Chinese entertainment sphere. This is before Angelababy and Huang Xiaoming are married. So this was the it wedding. And we've already talked about that on our other podcast. But with that being said, you've got two people who are getting married. One is the most sought after actress in the entertainment industry. And two is a Nepo baby billionaire's son. Interestingly enough, the wedding does not go viral for being expensive. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was ludicrously expensive. They flew everyone in from private jets for their vacation wedding in Sanya. They had private jets stationed at private tarmacs in the big cities around China. So they're like, we got one in Beijing, we got one in, all these other cities. You go to whatever airplane is the closest to you. And all these private jets are going to fly in for our destination wedding. Everything, all meals, drinks, and accommodations are not just covered for the wedding itself, but also for the whole week. Multiple days we're going to be celebrating. Just on travel fees, the private planes alone, it was $1 million. The wedding ceremony, food, drinks, probably close to another $1 million, and that's not including the giant diamond ring and her multiple custom wedding gowns. It's a very expensive affair. That's not even what people are freaking out about. This wedding is chaos. If somebody tells you, hey, think of everything that could go wrong at a wedding, do you think that's a sign that the marriage is going to last? This is the kind of wedding that they're referring to. The first chaotic moment. Huang Xiaoming, one of the biggest actors in China at the time, he decides that a private plane filled with all the other actors is not good enough for him. He is the only star. If he is not the only star in the second row of the aircraft, who will know that he is in fact a star? So he insists on flying business class on a commercial airline instead. As a result, he shows up confused 5 hours late to the wedding. Normally, that would be a big thing. Major celebrity shows up 5 hours late to a wedding. People would be having a field day. Except nobody cares because the entire wedding is such a show. Huang Xiaoming could make out with a full-length mirror and insist on catching the bouquet so he could marry himself, and it still would not make the news. The day starts off initially very sunny, but out of nowhere, while the decorators are making their finishing touches, their people are obsessing over the florals, guests are sitting at their seats, the sky turns black. Instant gloom. It looks like it's about to thunder. This is supposed to be a nice beach destination wedding. Everything is overcast now, and everybody's so nervous, and the only person smiling and happy about it is Barbie, because this is exactly what she wanted. Yeah,
What?
she never wanted to get married on the beach.
What?
She said she doesn't like being under the sun. She gets sunburnt easily. She doesn't want to get sunburnt. She brought this up to Faye 1,000,000 times, but he said, can't we just get married in a, like a church or something? And he would say, that's crazy. So you're telling me you don't want to get married at one of the most beautiful beach destinations in China because you don't want to get sunburnt? That's exactly what I'm telling you. And he's like, can I get you a sunbrella? She's like, oh, fine. I will get married at the beach. She agrees. And she's praying that it just starts raining so that they can move the entire wedding procession indoors and she would not be under the sun. The prayers sort of work. It's like 50% faith, you know? It didn't rain, but it's cloudy enough for her not to get sunburnt. The only problem with this is the clouds come with what feels like 70-mile-per-hour topple an oak tree over type of winds. Barbie is walking down the aisle with her father, but it's like she's walking towards a helicopter, not her future husband. The wind is blowing her veil, whipping it around. Her dad ends up getting tangled in her wedding dress, where Barbie later says, this is it. This is what I was thinking in the moment. This is it. This is the moment that my dad is going to try to untangle himself and my dress will fall off. And everybody is going to see me naked and my father will be wearing a wedding dress. And I will be naked. I accept my fate. Thankfully, it does not happen, but the winds don't stop. When Barbie is up at the altar with Faye, he's like trying to say his vows, and her veil is whipping his face. He can't even keep his eyes open. Eventually, they had to take off her veil entirely. Then you look out into the crowd full of celebrities and wealthy socialites, and they're all dressed like they're going to Fashion Week. One comedian makes headlines for how ugly and hideous his outfit is. It's like an entire cheetah print top. But after the actual ceremony, it gets even more chaotic. Everyone's going around giving their speeches. The most important one being Barbie's little sister, little S. These two are practically twins. They always work with each other. They're known to be glued to each other. And naturally, little S stares at Faye during the wedding. You better treat my sister well or I will take you down. Before Faye can even respond, Na Ying, a legendary Chinese singer who we also just recently talked about from the Chinese singing competition, she stands up and defends Faye. I guess she's close with Faye. She looks at Barbie and says, if you hurt Faye, I'm not going to hold back either. For some reason, this action incites a mock Game of Thrones wedding situation where both sides have people popping up. No, Faye, if you hurt Barbie, I will hurt you. And then another one, who are you talking to like that? This is a billionaire boy, okay? He's my baby. No, Barbie, if you hurt him, we will hurt you. You're not even a good actor. Your last show tanked. Faye, if you hurt Barbie, we're gonna hurt you. You're dead to us. It's like kind of lighthearted. Question mark. I don't really know, I think, because in the middle of it, they decide, guys, we're getting way too heated. There's only one way to resolve this. We're going to karaoke battle. This is like in the middle of speeches. It's very impromptu. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just kind of a mess. They all think we're all A-list celebrities. If we hurt each other during this, it's considered a serious felony offense. So let's just all sing. Singers lined up behind Barbie to sing for her, and then behind Faye, and an impromptu karaoke showdown takes place. And then I guess some of the celebrities present are used to being at award shows. They forget that this is a celebration of a union of love. They grab the mic and they start advertising their next upcoming project and movie.
Wait, they're still on the beach right now?
They're like inside now celebrating, and people are doing the most.
So this is all shared later by
people that were there.
Okay.
It's just like the most chaotic, like, oh my gosh. And it and everyone just starts screaming all of a sudden. Ah! It's exactly like what you would imagine in one of those thriller movies where a mystery takes place at a wedding. But no, the couple hired a magician to perform at their wedding. He was accidentally pushed into the pool. He's fine. He knows how to swim. But poker cards, multiple decks of them, start floating out of his suit and they cover the entire layer of the pool in poker cards. And he's just like, well, this is awkward. Does anyone want to pick a card? And it's just a mess. Someone had pushed him in. And then just when you think, okay, that's enough weird stuff happening. Because, a lot of Chinese couples are superstitious, including Korean couples. And even in America, there's a lot of wedding superstitions. So it just seems like all the superstitions are just weirdly broken in this one. It's a wedding after all, right? That's enough sick jokes. And then Mother Faye, Faye's mom, the mother-in-law, the groom's mother, she walks out after an outfit change in just like a sheer black dress. Sheer. Like very sexy.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I think she's wearing stuff under, but still kind of too sexy. Huh. And everyone's staring at her, mouths agape, at her son's wedding. Like, what in the sick, weird behavior is this? This is so bizarre. She's a billionaire. What is she? Does she not care? She's so unbothered. She walks by everybody staring, puts on a pair of sunglasses, jumps on stage, and starts playing the drums. I don't even know if she's good. Then she reaches for the mic and tells the world, this is probably one of the worst things that you can do, which is bring up Wang Sutong. Wang Sutong is the son of another billionaire family. The exception here is Faye's family is worth maybe about $1 billion, maybe $2 billion at their prime. Wang Sutong and his family are worth about $14 billion, and this is after they lost tens of billions of dollars. So it's a different level. You know, there's even with billionaires, there's a Forbes list. They're very wealthy, even at this level. Faye's mom goes up on the stage at the wedding and she proudly announces that this wedding actually did not cost her that much. She says she runs the food empire. She helped provide the food. Most of it was through her company. And the Wang family of Wanda Group, who formerly owned AMC, the family that Wang Sutong is part of, a close friend of theirs, the Wang family, they helped cover most of the hotel stays because they also own a chain of hotels. This starts going viral. And if you know Wang Sutong from our previous videos, he is a billionaire son. He's also a social media lurker. He likes to start drama, stick his nose in everybody's business, except his uncle's apparently. He responds to Mother Faye by posting online, completely shutting her version of events down. He says, "We helped pay for our wedding? Ma'am, I don't even know you." The post reads, "Auntie, I couldn't help but laugh when I saw your online principles to life. Be high profile in your work, be low key in your personal life." He's laughing at the fact that she's pretty obnoxious in her personal life. "As far as how familiar we are with you, Auntie, perhaps only my mother has seen you around at certain events. Before this, my father didn't even know the chairman of your restaurant company had the last name Zhang. Regarding mutual respect, given your continuation of spreading rumors about my family, you certainly don't deserve our respect."
So the mom said that Wanda Group, which is Wang Sutong family, helped to pay the hotel stay.
Yes.
And Wang Sutong came out and say, "What are you talking about? I don't even know you."
Yeah, my parents don't even know you.
What's interesting is it's not even like a bad thing. She didn't badmouth them.
No.
It sounded like the mother wants to seem like she's very close to the Wanda family. And Wang Sutong's like, "Who are you? I don't know you. Stop bringing up our names."
The whole thing is just goofy and embarrassing. Why is Mother Faye lying about the Wang family providing lodging for their wedding? It's like she wants people to think they're close, which they're not. So within a few hours of posting his response to Mother Faye, Wang Sutong actually takes down his post. Mother Faye responds by going on her live stream. She loves live streaming. I'm going to get into it in a second, but this middle-aged woman cannot get off of live. I think she's on live more than Ash Trevino is on live, and that's saying a lot. Every part of her life is like live streamed. And she goes onto her live stream to say, Wang Sutong is a kid who doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just a kid. She's almost saying like he doesn't know who his daddy works with because he doesn't go to work. He's a kid that tippy taps on his phone. Wang Sutong then posts another response. "I truly cannot believe you're still implying that our family sponsored your son's stupid wedding. I deleted my initial Weibo post because I felt my words were too harsh. I chose to remove the words myself. No one, not my father or anybody else told me to take it down. Auntie Zhang, if you think I'm an easy target, then I can only say that you've made a huge mistake this time." Faye, the newlywed groom, then joins into this. The Nepo babies are fighting. He comments on Wang Sutong's post, "Hey, grandson," which calling someone grandson in Chinese is an insult. It's like saying son or boy. It's like very condescending, rude. "Grandson, you're just a stupid mother and you're going to get it one day, you little brat." Wang Sutong promptly responds, "What a disgusting mother and son duo. How about doing some actual business for once? Every day, either it's a publicity stunt or you're dodging lawsuits. Aren't you tired? You keep pretending to be some rich second generation with just 2 cents in your pocket. Are you not ashamed? Your celebrity wife. Is she proof of you being part of high society? Look in the mirror. You're over 30 years old still doing useless stuff." Which, side note, Faye is not pretending to be second generation rich. He is second generation rich. But like I said, even the Forbes richest have rankings. And so I guess $2 billion is 2 pennies to Wang Sutong that you're rubbing together. The wedding itself is a mess. It's one of those stories where you can either say if the couple ends up happily ever after, it's a story for the ages. You tell it at every dinner party and it's cute how well that they can laugh at it. But if their marriage isn't going to last, you spin it. You say, well, the signs were there, weren't they? We all knew it. We saw it coming. I'm not sure if Barbie and Faye's origin story is as cute as Barbie and DJ Koo's. I guess you be the judge. It clearly doesn't end up well, but in the beginning, Barbie and Faye, they did have a wholesome relationship. The way they met was in 2010, Barbie is filming in Beijing and she injures her arm on set. Now she's in a full cast. The whole crew has to pause filming. She feels really about it. So after leaving the hospital, her friends take her out to eat to try and cheer her up. And they're like, this restaurant's so good. And the owner, oh my God, the owner's here. Barbie, this is the owner of the restaurant and I guess like the whole chain. This is Faye. Barbie smiles, but she can't shake his hand because her arm is in a cast. And Faye smiles and asks, did you hurt your hand? Now remember, Barbie from all of the talk shows, she's pretty sarcastic. Her face is flat, not even a hint of a smile. Yeah, I actually took down my entire arm. Barbie is expecting him to respond, okay. Okay, sarcasm is not that big I think it's big in Taiwan, but it's not as common, I guess, in day-to-day conversations because there's still a level of, I think, politeness that people try to have. And not that it's not polite, but it's just, she was saying like nobody really gets her sarcasm. That's what Barbie was saying later in interviews. She's like, usually people don't understand my sarcasm at all. So like, I'm assuming most guys would say something along the lines of, okay, sorry you hurt your arm. Nice to meet you. And then it's just awkward. That's usually how it goes. But instead, he raises his hand up in the air. I actually injured my hand too, if you look at my pinky. And she says, yeah, but your pinky is useless. I injured my entire right arm. I guess you're right. Barbie says that this first meeting, it was so weird because instead of feeling goosebumps or butterflies, Faye gives her this strange sense of familiarity. It's like they're longtime family friends or someone that she's known for years. It's this instant closeness. The way they communicate, it just clicks. There's not the awkward like, wait, was that a joke? I don't know how to respond because I don't really know you and I don't know if you're being mean or if you're nice or what. It just feels natural. Barbie says it's like a seed planted itself that day. Within 50 days, 4 in-person meetings, the two decide they're going to get married. She says, my husband has a Beijing accent, and they use so many different words compared to us. But when I talk to him, it feels like I'm talking to my family, like I'm talking to my sister. It's so effortless. Everything flows naturally. When he says something, I instantly know what that means. And when I speak, he gets me right away. He doesn't think that I'm being harsh, and I don't think he's pretending or anything. He just feels so familiar. They get married, and there are these reality TV shows in China where couples go on to document their married lives, usually celebrity couples. Barbie and Faye, they're casted in one season, and their relationship is the only one that people are talking about. They have the most intense dynamic out of all the celebrity couples on the show. The other couples, they're chill. They got their rough moments, they have their super happy moments, but Barbie and Faye just feel emotionally charged. For example, Barbie is sick during production. Faye is there pouring her a glass of warm water, testing the temperature before handing it to her, massaging her legs on the couch. He would hold her close and slowly kiss her on the forehead in a very passionate way. It almost feels illegal that we're watching this. It almost feels too intimate of a moment. Like, why am I in the room with them? Later, Barbie would even say that she and Faye still make out, which I guess a lot of people thought was strange. I think it's healthy, but even little S is freaking out. You guys still French kiss? Oh, you guys are really in love. It's been 5 years of marriage. I'm sure 5 years ago, little S, you French kissed your husband. Oh, I already forgot what a French kiss even feels like. I don't remember the last time I stuck my tongue out of my mouth, honestly. Barbie would explain to the show's producers, Faye saved my life so many times. Every time I get sick, he would worry about me so much. In my eyes, he's Prince Charming, my husband, Faye. But other netizens thought their interactions were suffocating. That's the word people use. Barbie would ask Faye, do you regret marrying me? And it's not like a lighthearted, hey, do you love me? What would you do if I turn into a worm tomorrow? What if I'm a thumb? It just feels like, whew, it's like a lot going on.
Very intense.
Yeah.
Everything's like really
emotionally charged. And then they were also saying it's interesting because out of all the couples, they seem the most emotionally tense and so many miscommunication moments. Where it's like, oh, if you guys were just a little more open to communication, you guys would understand this is not that serious. There are some other bigger red flags in interviews. She states, recently, Faye forbid me from eating carbs like rice or noodles. When we went to Korea to travel with the kids, we had Korean barbecue. And in Korea, you have to eat barbecue with rice and soup. He doesn't even let me eat the rice. If you don't eat the rice, it's just meat and vegetables, which I can't really get full from. Even if I want to go on a diet, I still need to eat a bit of carbs. But he does not let me eat rice. Barbie explains if she really wants rice, Faye will take the rice bowl, scoop out 98% of the rice, leaving Barbie with just one tiny spoonful of rice for the entire meal. And it's very bizarre. Okay, Faye says, no, it's not that. It's just like, I don't like rice. We shouldn't eat rice. And I just want her to eat better things. Side note, this is the part, right? If they're both so crazy health conscious, I still think it's not appropriate for someone to dictate how another person eats to the point where they point it out like, hey, can you not take away my food? But it's also pretty well known that Barbie struggled with anorexia previously. This is the last thing that Faye should be doing or talking about in front of her. He shouldn't be talking about carbs or rice or withholding food from her. On the reality show, they're in the kitchen eating when Barbie asks, is there more rice in the rice cooker? Faye responds, why? There's a little more. Do you want me to get it for you? I'll get it for you. Which it sounds like the words of a caring husband, but Barbie is exhausted. She says, why are you so afraid of me eating? No, I just feel like rice is, and then when I don't eat, you keep asking me if I want to eat. Okay, here, Barbie, give me your bowl. I'll get you some rice. No, I don't want rice anymore.
Wow.
So now people are kind of questioning all of that. But this was years ago. This is early in their marriage. Now in 2025, people are questioning, how can Barbie die from the flu? She's young and she's healthy. This doesn't make any sense. I will say that a lot of netizens have brought up the conversation that the flu in Japan has been at its worst this year. She did already have some sort of cold or flu when she was in Taiwan. Maybe she caught a different strain, or it just got worse in Japan and the traveling didn't help. And maybe this is a strain that she's not used to in Japan, but she was already sick before getting there. Now, in terms of the medical care in Japan, a lot of Japanese netizens were really upset with the treatment that she received. They said that she was treated so nonchalantly, and they're concerned that maybe it was the language barrier of not being able to communicate how serious the family thought this situation was. Maybe they test her, they're like, it's the flu's going around, we don't know if she's being dramatic, whereas the family can't necessarily communicate well of, no, she's not being dramatic, this seems really bad. Even a few months before, like a month and a half before Barbie arrived in Japan, I will say to Japan's medical situation, every medical institution in Japan was treating an average of 64.3 patients, which is well above the 30 patient threshold that specialists have warned was manageable. So it's crazy over there. You can't even get into a hospital.
Okay, so they're already in the midst of this emergency situation.
So I imagine it's kind of like when our hospitals are, there's too many people in the ICU. They're way in over their heads. When Barbie is admitted to the hospital in Tokyo, the larger hospital, her blood saturation had dropped to 89%. Healthy levels for a normal adult is 95 to 100%. She's at 89%. This is really bad. Blood saturation is like, okay, think of it this way. Your blood delivery system inside your body delivers oxygen. Blood saturation level is how full the delivery trucks are. Normally, your delivery truck should be 95 to 100% full of oxygen. Barbie is 89%, which means the body is not getting all the oxygen it needs and her heart has to pump harder. So they got to send out more delivery trucks because it's not efficient anymore. And it's a clear sign that something isn't right. It's still working, but it's not working well. And eventually, you're going to need to do something about it. But according to reports, nothing gets done about it. Nobody is taking that, or the pretty abnormal crackling sound in her lungs that they were hearing, nobody's taking it seriously. Now, I would imagine maybe it's to the point where in Japan, either you're in the ICU or we can't take you in right now. Once again, she's just given medication and sent home. So netizens think, okay, maybe it was the situation of the traveling while sick, getting more sick, and then the situation in Japan was the hospitals were in over their heads. Maybe that's why, because if you're healthy and young, even if you have a really bad strain of the flu, it just didn't make sense for a lot of netizens how she passed away so quickly, so abruptly. But still, there's got to be more, right? Some people bring up the other contributing factors. It has been reported that Barbie was born with epilepsy and a heart condition, so maybe that worsened things. But netizens feel like, no, there's still got to be more. Every single vegetable in Barbie's life, up until she became a mom, was weighed. Like, it's not even just, I got to eat a certain amount of vegetables. It's fine. It was about how many vegetables she was eating. She cared about the calorie count of vegetables Being on shows meant that she always had to manage her weight. And it's not that she's vain and obsessed with her looks. Her managers, the producers, the directors, they're all demanding this from her. When she was filming, she would keep her weight at 92 pounds. When she was not filming, she would keep her weight at 97 pounds, both of which a lot of people thought were alarming for her height. When she was not filming, she wore body compression suits 24/7 to try to not bloat or keep the water retention. She went on extreme diets. She was taking a lot of blood thinners, which was not a medical necessity. It's about the fact that there is crazy colorism in East Asia. Barbie feels a lot of pressure to keep her skin very pale, very, quote, fair. Blood thinners were briefly known to make someone appear sickly pale. Barbie once said, "I don't care if it's sickening. Okay, I don't care if it's sickly pale. I just heard the word pale and I started taking it." Sadly, she also once said, "It's very easy for someone to kill me. If they tell me eating something would make me pretty, I would gobble it up immediately." And again, it's not that she is this narcissistic, vain person. It's the fact that this is the industry that she's in. She's probably very passionate about acting and hosting and all these things. And then all the standards are just thrown onto her. Like, oh, sorry, the thing you're passionate about, you can't do it unless you look like this. That likely contributed to her physical state to some degree, but some netizens think, no, there's gotta be more because there's other actresses who are under the same amount of pressure and they have the flu and they turned out okay. There's gotta be something. I think a lot of netizens are just trying to understand. And that's when people bring up her marriage to billionaire Sun Fei. As much as everybody liked to call Barbie a gold digger, or nicely, a smart woman who thinks about her future, when she married the billionaire, her marriage was rough. Fei's family business, the successful restaurants that his mother opened, they were at one point the largest, most successful luxury restaurant chain in the industry. I think they prided themselves on it a little too much, if I'm being honest. Those two things are inherently at odds with each other. It worked briefly, but when you think of high-end food, you don't want to go to a chain restaurant. Like if I want Cheesecake Factory, I'll go to Cheesecake Factory. But if the Cheesecake Factory starts charging Michelin star prices, I don't think I'm going to go there anymore. Because I'm like, I don't even think you guys are using fresh ingredients. It's not high-end. But Mother Fei is stubborn on this. She's like, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to build more chains, more franchises. I'm going to expand faster than ever. And she is so stubborn in this aspect of the business. During this time, nobody even wants high-end restaurants. They want trendy matjips, delicious food, Instagram viral foods, fusion foods, unique foods, street foods, casual dining restaurants. They want the Heidi Lau experience. You go there, you say a code name. Oh, I wish I had a boyfriend, and they bring you a unicorn stuffed animal. They want those restaurants. They want authentic feeling restaurants. Even if it's a chain, they want it to look like a hole in the wall. The business starts struggling and the company sees an 83% loss in their shares. It's a plummet. The shareholders force Mother Fei to step down from day-to-day management and the family sell most of their equity at that very discounted price. It was a failure. They still come out with a lot of money, but in a billionaire's world, it was a colossal failure. Wang Zitong even commented, Barbie's probably in the bathroom crying and fainting, saying like, you married a billionaire and now they failed. She does not give up. She stays with him. They also don't give up. The Mother Fei and Fei, they take the money that they made from the original business, from the luxury restaurant chain, and they open up a hot pot chain. Substantially successful. It's more of a trendy, affordable, casual dining that younger people want to go to. Fei is kind of the creative direction in this, which means they don't have the most niche ingredients. It's a bit cheaper to operate. It's successful. They even get to the point where they make their own instant sour and spicy vermicelli noodles, which brings us to why Mother Fei is always live streaming. At this point, the biggest selling point for their restaurant is this is Barbie's husband's restaurant. It's not, oh, this is a really good restaurant. It's, oh, this is Heidi Lau. This is Din Tai Fung. It's, hey, this is a celebrity's husband's restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a top celebrity, top influencer, like brand, for example.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're like, okay, let's go to it. But now because they're heading into the entertainment sphere, they can't just sell things by selling things. They're not Apple. The products don't sell itself. They're part of the celebrity world now. Not really, but they're trying to be. So they have to sell their own image. Mother Fei and Fei, they're on live streams selling their little noodles. Mother Fei sells about $25,000 worth of product per day on her live streams. That's just through her live streams, not including other sales. It's just kind of weird. The whole thing is a little weird, and Barbie is under a lot of stress. She even loans Fei $3 million, which she never really gets back.
Wow.
She sticks by his side through all of this. And she channels all this energy and stress into focusing on having children. Doctors tell Barbie from day one, because she has a very naturally weak body, it would be difficult for her to have a successful pregnancy. Barbie changes her whole lifestyle without even questioning it. She works less. She gives up on her career. She didn't give up, but she gives up a lot of her career by her choice. She starts eating meat again after being a vegetarian for almost an entire decade. I'm not sure if there's evidence that shows this would be healthier for her, but the doctors recommended it. Now, side note, the reason she was vegetarian is interesting. About a decade prior to this, Barbie has a dog. Her little dog, her beagle, falls sick. Barbie is freaking out. She's crying, trying to get to every single vet, and she's so desperate, she starts making all sorts of promises. She starts praying, God, if you save my dog, I will stop eating meat for an entire year. Please. The vet calls her. I don't know. It's the strangest thing. Your dog is fine. Out of nowhere. So strange. Barbie stops eating meat for a decade. And now she's married to Faye, trying to have children, eating meat again. She starts taking fertility medications, which are rough. I mean, they disrupt your hormones. They disrupt your weight, which someone that was struggling with anorexia, it's going to be very difficult. And it's just a lot. A lot of her social media posts shows how much she wants a child. She says, actually, I really, really want to have a baby. Before marriage, I counted calories every single day. I tracked my ovulation daily. I calculated my menstrual cycle monthly and worried about non-conceiving. Now I'm still afraid of gaining weight, but I'm even more afraid of not getting pregnant. Years before this, little S actually gave birth. And little S is, I think, not as maternal as Barbie right off the bat. Barbie actually raised little S's daughter for like a year, to the point where the baby was calling Barbie mom. And so she really just loves children. And after years of trying in 2014, Barbie gives birth to their daughter. It felt natural to her. She's like, motherhood is what I think I was made for. Not even to be an actress. Like, she loves being a mom. In 2016, Barbie almost dies. She's in the hospital room and she's in the ICU. She says, at the time, my eyes couldn't open. Everything was blurry and I just needed to see my daughter. And when I saw her in that room, standing in the corner of the ICU, my eyes lit up and she pulled me out of the gates of hell. That's how I survived.
What happened?
Barbie was giving birth to their second child, a baby boy. And in the middle of delivery, she suffered an epileptic seizure. In the middle of delivery, she had a seizure. She was sent to the ICU. The baby boy was sent to the PICU. And Barbie just remembers, I remember being revived over and over again in the hospital, but because of my condition, the doctors were afraid to give me painkillers. I was in so much pain that I cried and passed out from the pain. I didn't think I was going to make it. I will always remember that moment where I saw my daughter in that room. She absorbed my gaze and she received the message that I gave her, which was, if I don't make it, you need to take care of your brother. In 2018, just a few years later, Barbie fell pregnant once more and the doctors told her, you're gonna die. I just don't see, there's no way. She had to terminate the pregnancy. It was the right thing to do, but she was devastated. She didn't even have time to recover. 3 days after, she was expected to be back on set, smiling and trying to act as happy and carrying on. Now, on top of all of this, there had been rumors since the beginning of their marriage that Faye had been abusive. So a lot of people are trying to pinpoint, how did Barbie pass away from the flu? So they bring up, oh, well, she did struggle with her weight. She had these health conditions. She was probably under a lot of stress during her career and her marriage with Faye. She almost died while giving birth. It seems like medically speaking, there were a lot of things that were working against her. And maybe there's even more. So they're just thinking of everything that's happened that could have contributed. There were rumors that Faye had been abusive towards Barbie since they started dating. And it sounds like just a rumor, but it's even more believable because netizens point out that Faye and his ex-girlfriend before Barbie had a history of slapping each other when they were in heated arguments. Basically, Faye has a history of domestic violence. And somehow the rumor starts circulating that Faye was so stressed and on edge during their wedding day, wanted it to be perfect, that he slapped Barbie across the face in a disagreement. Yeah, that's how it's phrased. If it's true, it's just domestic violence. I don't care if it's your wedding day or not. To add fuel to the fire, Taiwanese media outlets reported an incident where the family were celebrating Faye's birthday at a high-end restaurant. They booked the private room, but when they get to the private room, Other patrons that are in the restaurant, they see them going in. It's not like the private room has a secret back entrance. So once they get in there, they just hear yelling, swearing, sounds of things being thrown and smashed. So it just seems not healthy. In 2020, though, different types of rumors start circulating. This is during the pandemic. Barbie and the kids are quarantining in Taiwan. Faye is in Beijing. Someone takes pictures of him leaving the bar with another woman. Technically, he was there with a group of friends plus this mystery woman, but as he's walking outside, he's clearly drunk and he stumbles as he walks, and the woman next to him quickly steps to support him, and it looks like he's either whispering in her ear, sniffing her hair, catching his balance. I don't know. It seems so intimate. Ultimately, the two do get into separate cars and are driven away from the bar, but these pictures start going viral, especially because he had been posting on social media about how much he misses his home and his wife. It just makes him seem guiltier. Do you really miss your wife if you're out at the bars with another woman? Clearly not. That's what netizens are commenting. Faye responds, "Which eyes of yours saw my hand on her butt? I was not. You guys are saying that I was holding her intimately. Also, this happened 2 weeks ago, so don't take my recent posts about me missing home and use them to spin a story with old pictures. Oh, and thank you for making me look skinny in the pictures, paparazzi." He says the pictures are from 2 weeks ago. Netizens are able to gather clues from what he was wearing and all these other things, and they can pinpoint the exact date, and it's actually worse. That day, instead of just posting about how much he misses home, he posted how he changed his phone wallpaper back to his wedding photo with Barbie, writing, "Tonight I changed my screensaver. How beautiful and delicate does my wife look?" He even shares a song called "I Wanna See You," all of which make him seem like a guilty man that probably knows that he either A, just got his picture taken and he's trying to make his wife feel loved while he's away, or trying to diminish the blowback. A year after the initial cheating rumors, there are speculations that Barbie and Faye are getting divorced. It is not until November of 2021 that both parties confirm that they are splitting up. Clearly, everyone and their mother knows this. Even your mailman in China probably knows this, okay? Faye likely cheated on Barbie. Maybe it was or wasn't the cause of the divorce, but he likely cheated. But after the divorce, Faye decides he's going to engage in some very shallow marketing ploy to present himself as this mourning husband losing the love of his wife. So by this point, Faye's only relevance, even with his company, is being Barbie's husband. Mm-hmm. And it's not just that. His whole image is a pathetically in love husband, billionaire husband, pathetically in love with his actress wife. That's his image. So then he tweets out of nowhere after the divorce, "What would you do if your wife cheated on you?" Trying to insinuate that Barbie cheated on him, which is not the case. But netizens are quick to jump on whatever hate campaign is the most entertaining, and Barbie is technically getting married to DJ Koo a few months later, so people are like, oh, maybe she did cheat. She's getting so much hate, to the point where even paparazzi volunteer to step up and clear Barbie's name. One paparazzi, his name is Ryan. He's famous for knowing everything about celebrities, and if he must, he will even hide cameras in his cavity to take pictures. I don't know. He's a very extreme paparazzi, man. I don't know how to feel about him, but people believe his word because regardless of his moral aspects, most of the stuff he says are very accurate. They're very true, and he breaks breaking news all the time. A bunch of celebrities try to sue him. Nothing comes of it because it's not defamation. And he starts posting online that he can't take Faye's weird facade of being a broken husband. He's like, do you know how many pictures I have of you cheating on your wife over the years?
Whoa.
Like, not even just last year. Like, over the years, dude. You don't...
Wow.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's not even just one person. It's like 5 different women. And then I spoke to other paparazzi and they've got pictures of you with other women and they're not the same woman I got pictures of you with. So, I mean, we're investigative journalists now. You probably got like 10 people that you cheated on your wife with. Ryan explains, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a clear front-facing shot of you, a picture that's going to destroy your whole life, and the images are just shy of you having full intimate relations. So just be careful about what you're saying about Barbie right now. Yeah. Additionally, at this point, he is already dating a new girlfriend, the picnic girlfriend, remember? So Barbie is married to DJ Koo. He starts dating the picnic girlfriend. And Ryan is like, you know that $300,000 Mercedes you just bought your picnic girlfriend? Yeah, that's because you got her pregnant. And then you asked her to terminate, and this is your little gift, your little compensation. I got the proof of that. You want me to expose that to everybody? Also, you cheated on Barbie with the picnic girlfriend, so I don't know what you're talking about. which Faye responds, all the photos of me with my girlfriend are after Barbie and I decided to divorce. We hadn't made it public yet, but the discussions about our divorce began in February of last year. From February to November, we were in the process of divorcing and we made it public in November. I did have moments of losing control due to emotional stress. For that, I sincerely apologize to everyone. These cheating rumors are completely unfounded, however, and I have already entrusted my legal team to file a lawsuit. But netizens are like, you're so funny. They literally are commenting, you're so funny. You're actually ridiculous. Because when they go back to his posts, he says they were already agreeing to divorce in February. Then he starts dating Picnic Girl. But when they go to his posts in March, he's posting things like wife and baby daughter, happy 10-year anniversary. In another 10 years, I hope you'll still want to marry me. And posting pictures of diamond rings that he just bought Barbie. You don't really do that a month after you decide that you guys are going to divorce. When nothing goes favorably for Faye, because you can't really lie your way out of those crazy pictures, he just tries to throw Barbie under the bus. He says, during our marriage, Barbie was constantly taking drugs, and I was required to pay $35,000 a month for her prescriptions. On several occasions when she experienced mental crises, I was the one by her, saving her life. I won't say more than this. Netizens hated this. They're like, well, what are you supposed to do as a husband if she's having a mental crisis? Not be there for her? Like, what do you want, a cookie? But also, what are you talking about? This doesn't even make any sense. Immediately, he takes it all back. He says, that was a moment of impulsiveness. I did something that I deeply regret. I feel immense guilt towards Barbie and our children and Barbie's family. I've already apologized. Now, side note, the drugs that Faye is accusing Barbie of taking are her own prescription medications for epilepsy. Regardless, after their divorce, Barbie gets full custody of their kids. Faye has to pay child support for his daughter, $30,000 till she turns 24, and for his son till he turns 22. Additionally, he has to pay the kids' education, nanny fees. He's obligated to pay Barbie a monthly alimony of $30,000 for 10 years, regardless if she gets remarried or not. And she gets to keep the $12 million condo in Taiwan, and he must pay for all the bills related to that home, which he makes a whole thing about. Now, clearly, the courts are being fair about it, and he is a billionaire. Like, you can pay that. But he will post an Excel spreadsheet of all the things that he paid for. And one of the things that goes viral is their electricity bill in that Taiwan condo, that's $12 million, is $1,400 a month. To which people start wondering, is Barbie mining for Bitcoin in there? So, like, he's just dragging her down after the divorce. This is months later. He's posting their electricity bill. There's a whole mattress debacle. He gets so upset that DJ Koo moves into their Taiwan apartment and he's like, you're sleeping on the mattress that I freaking bought. And it's like a $500,000 mattress. And then it results in Barbie throwing the mattress out on the side of the road. And it's just, it seems like Barbie is just responding to him like, okay, you don't want us to use the mattress? Take the mattress.
It's like a emotional little teenager.
Yes.
Just can't regulate their own emotions.
Yeah.
Like everything is like he just blurs out whatever.
And Barbie gets most of the hate for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Her and DJ Koo.
Yeah, I remember how this was. It feels like it was messy, but then you look into it, you're like, what did she exactly do? It's
Nothing.
all just allegations and yeah.
Barbie makes one statement about her marriage, and she says, it was you, Faye, not me, that was unfaithful during our marriage. After the divorce, so he also points out, he pulls up Barbie's picture of her getting married in the courthouse with DJ Koo. Her necklace, her veil, she used his credit card to buy it. Right, that was the whole thing. But Barbie's explanation is, first of all, you still owe me $3 million, okay? And second of all, you authorized me to use that credit card. And third of all, yeah, it was petty. I was mad at you. And fourth of all, I feel like I'm just spending my money that you borrowed from me and never gave back. So I'm not really using your money at all.
Yeah.
She says, it was you that was unfaithful during our marriage, not me. And after the divorce, I did use your credit card a few times out of anger, but this was something you signed and explicitly allowed. The key point being, I never used your card to buy anything for my current husband. The reasons for my anger are as follows. Your mother spread a rumor that another celebrity beat you up because you two have differing political views. The truth is, you were drunk and you pushed my little sister to the ground. When I was heavily pregnant, I tried to stop you. You also pushed me to the ground. You then grabbed a box set of the hardcover copies of Harry Potter, which netizens looked it up. It's like 15 pounds. It's like 7 books. And you threw them at me. The other celebrity stopped to restrain you and stop you from hurting me. He did not beat you up. 2, I received a large number of explicit photos of you with another woman during our marriage. It deeply devastated me. 3, your mother advised me not to divorce you when I told her about your infidelity, and she reassured me it wasn't true. 10 years of marriage ended in 2 deaths, 1 serious injury, and the issue of using your credit card seems laughable now because what I lent you and invested in you far exceeded what I ever spent. The money I spent using your card was earned through my own hard work. After the divorce, you continue to manipulate public opinion, subjecting me to online harassment to this day, and I just want to thank you for creating these difficulties, as they have made me stronger, no complaints, no excuses, graceful, and composed. Moving forward from now on, I will no longer respond to your smear campaigns that you have created. I will leave everything to the justice system. From this moment on, you are nothing but a mirage to me while I continue to walk my own path of flowers. Side note, the 2 deaths she's likely referring to was when she had to terminate her pregnancy after her second child and a potential miscarriage that she was rumored to have suffered from 3 days before her wedding to Faye.
Wow.
But Mother Faye, she is Barbie's biggest bully. During and after her marriage to Faye, even after Barbie's passing. This is why this episode is this episode. When Barbie was married to Faye, she had suspicions that he was cheating on her with the picnic girl. Barbie approaches her mother-in-law to talk about it. She vehemently denies that her son would do anything like that, which, fine, you could imagine a mother always thinks highly of her son. But after the divorce, pictures get released that show while Barbie and Faye were still married, Barbie is telling her mother-in-law she's worried about infidelity. Faye and the picnic girlfriend and Mother Faye are going on family hikes. Mother Faye and picnic girlfriend have matching necklaces, which she then goes on live. Mother Faye does, to disprove the rumors. Which, side note, the way she goes about it is so dumb. She screams, "She used me. Picnic girlfriend used me. She lied and she scammed me. I thought she was a fan. I was hiking with my son. She came up to me and said, 'Oh my God, you're the billionaire. Can I take a picture with you?' I took a picture with her." Yeah.
What?
And now it's being used and distorted as if I liked her. I feel like my dog Mango could probably come up with a better, more believable excuse. But she continues to double down and tries to avert the attention by saying Barbie was actually the one that cheated. She says, "We're the ones wearing the green hat. We're the ones getting yelled at. We're the ones paying for everything. We've been enduring for so long. Barbie and DJ Koo were in contact a long time ago. She's been cheating on my son for a while. Contact after their divorce. Can you believe that? They've scripted this entire thing. I've all the evidence. Do you want to see it?" Netizens wanted to see it. Mm-hmm. It's just like her drawing a Venn diagram of theories. She's like, "See, I think so. There's no way she moves on that fast." But then people are like, "Your son also moved on very fast. But in fact, your son's situation is weirder because Barbie and DJ Koo used to date." So it's like you can imagine reconnecting a romance, especially one that feels so much like a soulmate, is quick. But like just like dating a picnic girl out of nowhere, that seems like it would take some time, don't you think? And also, the pictures of you going on a hike, why do you guys have matching necklaces then? It's not even a popular necklace. It's not even a design that everybody has.
It's like mother, like son.
Yes.
Like both of them are so petty and so immature and just nasty.
I'm just so amazed that they even became billionaires, because to some degree I would imagine if you start from a certain point, you have to at least network a little bit. But she's just, I mean, well, no, I would say most of them are crazy.
Yeah.
But insane. Anytime Mother Faye would trash talk Barbie, her live stream viewership and sales would go up from $25,000 daily to around $500,000 daily to about $1 million a day because of all these so-called private secrets of Barbie she was exposing.
Wow.
When Barbie and DJ Koo get married, Faye loses it, starts ranting online about that house is worth $12 million and it was bought by me. I paid the down payment and I've been covering the monthly payments for years. The entire design and decoration were done according to my style, under my supervision. I can't believe someone else is willing to live in it now. And you spineless coward can't even change the mattress. How dare you make me pay the electricity bill and keep my children there? Bring them back to Beijing now.
So pathetic.
Yeah. Then Mother Faye goes on to live stream and sell soft-boiled eggs, which is a thing, and soft rice and green tea.
The context is, in Chinese words, soft rice is usually to describe a husband or a boyfriend that's relying on their partner to earn money or you know. So they're basically going at DJ Koo, basically.
Even after the divorce, they keep using Barbie as a way to make money. And side note, while they were together, while they were married, Faye was obsessed with presenting himself as the obsessed husband. He even opens up a hotel in Taiwan called S Hotel. S because she's known as Big S and her little sister is Little S. He says he created this hotel as a gift to Barbie. This was his gift instead of a purse or a box of chocolates like any other loser husband. He's a billionaire. It's kind of like a fairy tale. And when you walk into the lobby, it's just all pictures of Barbie.
Really?
And you think, wow. People were commenting like, he's so smart because it's not even just a gift to her. It's a legacy.
Yeah.
It's a profitable machine, it's a hotel, and it's a love letter, but it's also smart business-wise.
Yeah.
That's how he sets her up for the future. It's a tribute to her.
Then she should have it.
She has zero ownership and stake in the hotel.
See? Then he's using her likeness, right, to
Yes.
profit him.
He's using her.
Yeah.
It's so sick. It's kind of genius, but so sick. Just using all of her celebrity status to get people in through the door.
She should absolutely have it.
Yeah.
If you said this is, you know what I mean? Now it just seems more so like you're a loser. Like, you just slap yourself on the face for that.
And then before he goes on crying in the rain about Barbie, he actually recently, a few months prior, changed the hotel to M Galleries for his new wife, Mandy.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. And it's pretty clear that Barbie was the only one making sacrifices in the marriage. She sacrificed for her health to get to a certain point where she could have children, but also even bearing the children almost cost her life. It cost her so much emotional distress while he's out cheating with other women. She slows down with her career, and that's a choice that she makes. I don't think he forced her, but still, she's making a lot of sacrifices, and he knows this. He even posted pictures of her at the Cannes Film Festival on the red carpet, writing, "Why does it feel like I'm holding my wife back? If it weren't for me, perhaps she would have achieved even greater success." Meanwhile, Mother Faye is cosplaying what Barbie and DJ Koo wore at the Vogue interview.
What?
Yeah, she's like, there was a really cute photo shoot in the interview for Vogue where she's shaving his beard. So he's got shaving cream and she's shaving it. And so she puts shaving cream on and she's shaving it. And then Mother Faye is like, guys, just tell me how many carats you want. I'll draw it for you. Insinuating that DJ Koo is too poor to buy Barbie a real ring. And she starts drawing fake tattooed rings on her fingers.
That is freaking crazy.
She just will not give it a rest. This is why people were freaking out when Faye gets to the airport after Barbie's passing and says, please don't say anything bad about her. When it's, hey, the only people who have ever said anything bad about her really are you and your mother. Like the audacity that you have to say that is kind of crazy. The day after Barbie's passing, Mother Faye does not even wait a single moment to let the world mourn or even mourn herself, because I get it, she doesn't like Barbie, but this is still the mother of her grandchildren. I just can't see how you don't feel remorse and guilt and shame, but also grief that she's gone.
Yeah.
But it gets worse, okay? She starts posting online and says, don't be jealous of anyone. Have the courage to be yourself and let it light the path to your future. Now is not the time for a billionaire to get aspirational. It's so random. It sounds like I'm so unbothered. It's weird. It's rude. Even another celebrity calls her out and says, sister, is this really something you must post when the news about Barbie breaks out? I kept checking because I couldn't believe it was real. Thinking about how her children, aka your grandkids, are still so young and have already lost their mother, or even just considering that this is still a person at the end of the day. No matter if they're a stranger, suddenly they lost their lives. Would you not even feel a little bit of sympathy? Even staying silent would have been better. Is it really necessary for you to insert yourself into the spotlight every single day? I am truly speechless. Within 3 days of Barbie's passing, Mother Faye goes online to live stream her products. She's decked out in jewelry. She does not seem somber. She doesn't mention anything, just business as usual. Again, she is a billionaire. Most of the world do not have the luxury to just take time off to show respect or to privately grieve after someone's passing. She does. It's not like rent is due. She goes on live and she's sitting there jolly as ever, and she'll just start playing messages from her son, like audio messages, and it all just seems like a publicity stunt. So remember the whole private plane thing. She liked and reshared it.
Yes.
So she'll be on live stream and she plays the audio voice message, which she never does, from her son on the live stream, and it's him screaming at her, "Who did I offend? I didn't say anything." So this is after Little S said, "You guys didn't pay for anything. What's wrong with you guys?"
Yeah.
And this is when netizens start really turning on Faye and his mother, because the whole airport thing happened before. It's weird.
Yeah.
But they're also like, okay, at the end of the day, this is the mother of his children.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just weird, but what can we say? The private plane thing happens and they think, okay, maybe he really does love Barbie. But then it gets proven to be a lie. And now everyone's like, what's wrong with these people? Everything they've done is weird. So then he starts screaming in this voice message to his mom. "Who did I offend? I didn't say anything. Why are you always like this, Mom? F you, all of you." It seems staged. It seems like he is messaging his mom this so that he can still have the image of a mourning ex-husband. Because when netizens think about it, he's a grown man. This private plane rumor lasted quite a while before Little S disproved it. If you knew it was fake and your mom shared it, why didn't you just come out and say, "I don't know what my mom is talking about. This is false"?
So this, I remember seeing that clip and I was really confused what happened between the mother and son. So it sounded like the mother liked the post, made it implying that their family paid for it and the son's enjoying all these positive publicity. And then as soon as people turn, he was like, "Okay, how are we going to overcome this? Mom, you take the fall. I'm going to yell at you so
Yes.
everybody knows that you did this without me knowing."
Yes.
But you also was there the whole time. You
Yes.
knew what's going on and you didn't say anything. So, you know.
Exactly. Because you remember he was flying in from Bali with his wife. His mom was also on that trip.
What?
So she was pretty much like, they do everything together.
Wow.
It just seems fake.
Yeah.
A lot of netizens said, "You guys are feasting off of Barbie's blood-soaked buns." Like,
Yeah.
pork buns, you know?
Like even the video of him walking in the rain, like from the beginning, like this was just like rolling on the ground. Everyone was like, this is like straight out of a K-drama.
It gets worse because his mother edits it to have emotional music in the background and she posts it again online. She posts it herself and writes, "My son looks distressed. He returned to Taiwan on a rainy night, fighting."
They are so sick.
And she continues to live stream every single day, spreading more rumors. She spread another rumor saying that Faye was the one that paid for the whole family trip of Barbies to Japan, which it gets to the point where February 8th, 2025, Douyin, which is TikTok in China, makes an official announcement. Recently, the passing of Miss Barbie has sparked widespread attention. Many netizens expressed their condolences, hoping for the deceased to rest in peace. However, some accounts have seized the opportunity to engage in sensationalism, spreading rumors that violate public order and morals, showing disrespect to the deceased and hurting their family and hurting public sentiment. We strongly condemn such behavior and have taken the following actions against the related accounts. Mother Faye and Faye have been blocked. They have been banned on Douyin. What does Faye do? He can't even sit silent. He goes to Weibo and he starts writing. I may be unfilial, like not a family guy for saying this, but I absolutely cannot allow this kind of person to receive support. He says, "She is my mother, but our values are completely incompatible.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
I am severing all ties with her. She has earned enough money to last several lifetimes, and if it's not enough, she can come and take my life." He says, "My mother has no shame and keep running her mouth. I've officially filed a complaint. I haven't said anything. I've been in Taipei taking care of the kids and dealing with the teachers and school matters. I don't have WhatsApp, I don't have Line, and I don't even use a VPN because I don't want to see them insulting our country. My current wife is going to help me with this, but Douyin, who gave you the right to judge me?" He's upset that he's being blocked. He even posts screenshots of him DMing the CEO of Douyin, just screaming at him. And the CEO is like, "Can we just talk about this in private one day? Like, what is wrong with you?" So with that, Barbie has been laid to rest in a tree burial. There were netizens accusing either DJ Koo or Little S of wanting Barbie's life insurance money. And that's why they didn't take her sickness seriously in Japan. But if you just even watch one clip of Barbie and Little S, you just know there's no way. Same with DJ Koo. Everyone who knows all of them, they're like, you guys are ridiculous.
I've actually followed this a little bit, not like today, like the way you explained it, but I saw like bits and pieces from different news channels. And there are this like some small voice out there that's hating on Big S. And I'm always wondering, where do they get these information from? It seems like the husband, the ex-husband, and the mom, like they literally say some crazy ass. They're just people out there that just wants to hate. They're just ready to say, no, she must done these certain things. And then they will spin around and spread more rumors and just hate on Big S and these people around her.
Yes. Okay. That's absolutely accurate. So one of the points that you bring up is Faye will say something and they'll spin it and take it as the truth. One circulating rumor that was briefly around after Barbie's passing was that she must have been a drug addict. That's why the flu hit her harder than people who don't do drugs. I don't even think that there's a correlation, like scientifically, medically. Maybe they should open their eyes a bit. But second of all that stems from Faye's post where he accuses her of taking her prescription drugs, which like she's prescribed those. Also, they're epilepsy drugs.
Yeah, it's just so sad to see. Yeah. And the mom and son duo is like constantly online talking crazy stuff. And the big Little S and DJ Koo and their whole family is like, they're quiet because they're mourning. And even after a divorce, they're all taking the high road versus these two just keep running their mouth. Is just so sick, you know, and they don't want to lower to their level and just start another online battle of like who's right or wrong. So they just keep running their mouth and ruining her name and image.
Yeah. And it's bad because I feel like the people who take the high road always lose a little. Because it's like they're in the right. They just don't want to be vile and disgusting. They just want to move on. And it's like, okay, the people who know me know that that's not true. Yeah. But they still get hate on.
Yeah.
So Barbie's whole family come out with a post dispelling all these rumors. And they say, rumor number 1, DJ Koo helped Barbie buy a $46 million life insurance policy. That is not true. Rumor number 2, Little S sang and danced happily celebrating her sister's impending death because she knew she was about to get rich. That's what people said. How can you be dancing to Quintana, like that song? Again, they didn't know it was that serious. When your family member has the flu, do you sit in your room depressed and worried about their life? It's the flu, and it's not like Barbie was 80 years old. Rumor number 3, Little S insisted on keeping the ashes at Barbie's house to pressure her ex-husband into continue paying the mortgage. That was another thing. They were like, why are you staying at Barbie's house with Barbie's ashes? Is it because you just want free rent? Oh, I didn't even think to remind you of this part because it's like the most ridiculous thing. So even prior to all of this, I don't know why Faye and Mother Faye are obsessed with the idea that Barbie's family just want to leech off of them when Barbie's family is doing well. Both Barbie and Little S are incredibly successful. They don't need this dirty money of Faye and Mother Faye. But when the news came out that the electricity bill for the condo in Taiwan, this is when Barbie was alive, was $1,400 a month, Mother Faye went on to draw a diagram of how every single member of Barbie's family must be connecting their home electricity to the electricity meter at the condo in Taiwan. They don't even live in the same city. Even if they were neighbors, it'd be pretty difficult to do.
It's so sad because, like, if that's her behavior, if she's willing to go that low, like, imagine their whole marriage, like, how suffocating it was.
And also, you're a billionaire, and it's $1,400. It's a lot, but you're a billionaire, and this is how crazy you want to be about $1,400.
It's not even about the money. It's truly just how nasty they are.
Yeah. So now it's like the accusation that Little S wants the Taiwan apartment to be paid for, so she's staying there with Barbie's ashes. When in reality, she's probably trying to take a lot of things, collect sentimental things so that she could save it for Barbie's children, but also for herself and her family, because likely Faye's going to come in and take the apartment over, which is what most people would expect to happen. Rumor number 4, the ex-husband acted with great emotion and rented a private plane to return the ashes of Barbie to Taiwan. In reality, all he did, this is what Barbie's family, through their manager, say. All he did was ask a driver to drop him off early so he could walk alone in the rain for 30 minutes while being paparazzi'd. All these rumors are completely baseless, and it's important to clarify the truth to avoid further harm. And the manager, Barbie's manager, I guess, a moment of anger, comes out to even say, a real man is someone who is willing to stand in Barbie's shoes and protect your children. Like, how can Faye even behave like this? They have children together who are grieving the loss of Barbie. What are you doing? DJ Koo makes his own response stating, currently, I am unable to find the words to describe the sadness and pain I'm experiencing. And this actually made the news in Korea as well. So their relationship, I would say, is definitely not as popular in Korea as it was in Taiwan. But people were digging up older videos of him talking about his new marriage with Barbie and just seeing him the way that he is, how happy he is. A lot of new comments in those old videos say, I don't even want to imagine what he's going through. Like, they were soulmates, is how people feel. Some people even comment, maybe 3 years of their love is enough. Not enough, but maybe it was like the highlight of his life at least. He writes, currently, I'm unable to find the words to describe the sadness and pain I'm experiencing. This is beyond what I could ever imagine, more painful than a broken heart. I have no strength to speak, and I don't want to speak, but while we are still in the period of mourning and grief, some people, like demons, criticize our family and damage my love. There are those who act pity and run in the rain, those who deliberately harm the image of our family, spreading false rumors about insurance and money. These lies have caused more wounds for me. At this moment, I can't help but wonder, are there really such malicious people in this world? Please, whatever you do, don't continue. Just let our Barbie rest in peace. That is my only plea. Also, I want to talk about the precious legacy Barbie left behind. All the legacy that Barbie worked so hard for during her lifetime was created to protect her beloved family. Therefore, I already said I will give all my wealth, because it would automatically go to him, is what people were saying. I'll give it all to Barbie's mother. The time I spent with Barbie cannot be replaced by anything in this world. It is priceless and invaluable, and I want to protect everything Barbie loves most. This is the final thing I must do. Once again, I deeply thank everyone who loved Barbie. She will forever be loved. The 7th day that someone passes away, so 7 days after their passing, is a very important day in Chinese culture. Barbie's 7th day of passing fell on Barbie and DJ Koo's 3rd wedding anniversary, which that internet future teller said that her real love marriage will only last 3 years. A lot of netizens expressed feeling taken aback and devastated by the news, writing, she's gone. Her family confirmed it, and it just feels like life is so unpredictable. She seemed like such a good person, and now she's just gone. Another person writes, it feels like we've lost someone so important from our entire childhood and upbringing. I just feel sad. Another person says she's really gone. I just can't believe it. A lot of netizens express it feels weird because they feel like they have no right to feel so sad because they didn't know Barbie personally, but they feel like they're grieving like they knew her personally. I think especially with all the talk shows, she wasn't just on the screen acting, not that that wouldn't be upsetting, but she was, people knew her so well. She was so open about her life. She was so transparent, and she just had this strong energy about her. Other netizens are upset that Barbie's family and husband have not only lost Barbie, but are being dragged through this emotional trauma. One comment reads, little S is literally washing her face with tears. She can probably barely think straight. And this is what the internet is accusing her of? Others are disgusted by Mother Faye, writing, she made money off of her former daughter-in-law after the divorce while bad-mouthing her at the same time, and now after her death. People always say family matters should not be aired in public. What kind of ex-mother-in-law nightmare is she? And now some netizens are just trying, after all of that has transpired, just trying to focus on celebrating Barbie's legacy and life while mourning her passing. Before passing away, Barbie did briefly talk about what she wanted if she were to ever say goodbye. She says, the goodbye I want the most is a happy and joyous one. A farewell where everyone is enjoying my favorite chamomile tea and good food. When everyone gathers, please remember don't cry. So that is the case of Barbie Shu's recent passing. I just felt like it was way too heavy for a moral of the story, especially with all of the allegations and just the mess that it's become. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.